Do you know this game? Yes? Yes you do? I'm not surprised. After all, Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time. Like, gosh, 238 million copies? That's like 20 Belgiums. Naturally, you know how it works, and most of it is like second nature to you. Moving, crafting, placing blocks, and fighting are all things you're familiar with. Reading the title, you might be thinking I'll tell you more about the game, some kind of secret guarded only by the best, the ultimate way to play, how to be better than your friends, or even something the developers don't realize. But no, this video isn't even about me. This video is about Blanche. When I asked you if you knew Minecraft, one person said no. Blanche doesn't know anything about Minecraft. She's never even heard of it before. She just has it downloaded, here, awkwardly sitting on her desktop, waiting to be clicked on. Her reality is like a bubble. With no access to the rest of the world, the only way she can learn about Minecraft is by playing the game. Blanche, in all her innocence, is extremely curious and never gives up. But is she even gonna understand the game? How far can she get? At the end of the day, Blanche will only have the environment and achievements to help her. Regardless, she is so very excited to live this new experience. All she wants to do now is to press play. There she is, surrounded by pixels in a seemingly endless world. She gets told how to move but just sits there. Looking at the landscape, things look so familiar, yet so new. Blanche enjoys it for a bit and decides to walk around.
Punch a tree? Wouldn't that hurt?
She still does it, and instead of falling on her face, the tree just floats there. She could leave it be, but wants to cut it all down. With the logs, new crafts show up. Curious, but still confused, she just goes to the next tree. The game tells her to open her inventory.
So much space! I must be so strong.
Give it some more time, and she's crafted her first ever planks. So far, Blanche has had a pretty standard gameplay. Nothing out of the ordinary, just very, very slow. However, her time of guidance is over. Blanche has had all sorts of hints telling her what to do. Now all her actions will only be justified by herself. This is when this random world becomes hers.
I can craft!
Look at her! She is so excited. She doesn't quite know what all those things are for, but they sure look cool. She even figures out how to place them and kinda leaves them be. Each and every new element is like a breath of fresh air. The bees hovering around the flowers, the vast mysterious ocean, this hill, and the few animals wandering about are all just so fascinating. She spends majority of her day just looking. Makes sure not to hurt any animals, cut some more oak, and just walk around. What was a pretty environment becomes gorgeous when the sun, for the first time in this world, sets in the horizon, shining its orange warm light onto the sky.
Good night, pretty world. What's that?
Unlike the animals she's seen, those creatures look all but welcoming. A giant spider, another player, a skeleton, and this thing. She keeps her distance and doesn't really know what to do. Should she flee? Where would she go? What if she gets killed? That doesn't sound fun.
What can I do?
Blanche's health just went down. This zombie is right in her face. Panicked, she starts clicking really fast in its direction. This knocks him away, but he strikes back. She keeps punching, but she's petrified by the fear and completely forgets to move. More arrive. She loses her pace. How could she keep up? Gets hit again. Again. Upon respawning, she's not safe. No, far from it. She gets shot in the face. Panicked, she accidentally presses W twice, making her run for the first time. As she goes, she meets a creature that lights up in an explosion, almost killing her. She picks up the dirt and, as soon as she can, builds herself a little shack. Is she safe? Blanche has no idea. Will this go forever? The sun is rising. On the floor are laying a bunch of items, bones, rotten flesh, and arrows from the burning monsters she was avoiding. It doesn't take too long for her to link the two. The night isn't safe, and from now on, she will block herself in every time the sun is gone.
What's the next step?
Blanche got wood, got dirt, got killed. Where is she going? At this point, the game is painfully slow. Every action takes ages, and there is really not much to do at all. Watching the scenery was great and all, but you can only see so much. Blanche has cut down a bunch of trees to make herself a new base. She swam in the ocean and almost drowned, came back up and crafted sticks because why not? And then what? She finally brings herself to kill some animals, new crafting recipes show up, but when she opens her inventory, there's nothing there. Sure, Blanche is curious, but this makes no sense and she's scared of going anywhere, as it's getting dark outside. This is so confusing. What is this game all about? Is she supposed to find fun in cutting trees for the day and hide for the night? How can she gain hearts? Clearly there are things Blanche is missing, but she doesn't quite know what. This night was a long one. She didn't take any risk, she just watched this world live without her.
Enough.
Blanche could repeat the cycle, break logs, craft and place them to spend the night in an increasingly nicer home. She's ambitious though. She wants to do more, she wants to know more. This world has so much more to offer. Thirsty for an adventure and curious for the future, if she wants to move forward, she has to leave this darn house. So one step after the other, off she goes to a new adventure. Hope. That's the keyword of her adventure. One discovery after the other, Blanche gets more and more comfortable with the game and its mechanics. She also shifted her approach from doing what the game tells her to do to just anything that crosses her mind. Minecraft didn't tell her to right-click on a dog with food, but she did. Minecraft didn't tell her to spend a minute punching stone, yet she still did. And now, back in her shack, she's not just gonna sit there. She'll try stuff with the items she has. First of all, she has some food. How could she eat it? She tries feeding herself, Breath of the Wild style, which doesn't work. And just through her attempts, she finally manages. Excited, she eats more and...
Whoa, my health.
Yep, she's just discovered how to heal herself.
What's that sound? Wolves hunt skeletons? Why? Ooh, maybe. Oh.
Blanche's first pet, a brave little puppy, who protected her house before he even knew her.
I'll name you True.
The doggo follows her back inside where she thinks. She's not only made a new friend, she's also made an advancement. If advancements are a thing, it would probably help her make progress a lot more efficiently. She presses escape and, would you look at that, advancements.
Husbandry, best friends forever, a complete catalog. Oh, what's that? I can make a pickaxe?
Looking at the green book, no pickaxes. She skims over items when she reads,
Crafting table.
She grabs it, places it, and...
I can make so much stuff!
The missing piece. This whole time, Blanche has been playing the mine without the craft. But this time is over. It obviously is a very overwhelming moment. So many possibilities just opened up to her. And there is no real stopping her now. She gets stone, gets an upgrade, she makes all sorts of tools with all she mined. Cutting wood, digging dirt, and even killing animals is faster. Blanche is getting very confident. She adds storage and a door to her house that she dares to open at night to kill some bad guys. Even with True's help, she's still not that good though. Yeah, dying isn't any less annoying, but thankfully she thinks to look back at her advancements. She learns about beds, skipping a night for the first time. There is so much to do and explore, all those options, she loves it. One of them is really appealing though. Acquire hardware. She knows she can find stuff deep in the ground, so what better way to get there than to dig straight down?
Uh-oh.
She lands in a narrow, dark place. It's spooky and she's taken some damage, but there's no apparent danger. Vine Stuff illuminates some coal that she gets and has the good idea of crafting torches. Obviously this comes in handy when she begins to walk around the place. She eventually finds the precious iron and gets kinda disappointed upon seeing it's raw. Thankfully, her inventory is still an absolute mess, and turns out she has wood on her. She instinctively uses it to make a crafting table and a furnace, like she did for her food earlier. Blanche gets her first pieces of iron, makes a pickaxe, some iron, and, picking at her advancements, discovers the existence of diamonds. She goes on mining, goes through some very narrow paths, and in contrast, some very big caves. Monsters are threatening to kill her, no matter where she goes. But with True's help, and a lot of hiding, she manages. Blanche gets excited at each new ore she finds, each new block she mines, slowly getting deeper. Her hopes of getting diamonds increase.
Jackpot!
Blanche's first diamond. She is ecstatic, extremely proud of herself, celebrating with True. It being the only one she got, however, there's practically nothing she can do with it. So she quickly decides to keep going, to find more. Let's take a break. Take a look at Blanche. Doesn't she look different? Her skin's the same, that's not what I mean. No, look at how she acts, how she moves. Doesn't it feel different? Each decision seems to be taken with more and more confidence, all through failures and retries. It's hard to tell when the switch exactly happened, but it did. Now, instead of dying 24/7, she gets to see some beautiful scenery and let the environment feed her curiosity. I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, I should stop rambling since it looks like Blanche is about to stumble upon something pretty important.
What happened here?
Water meeting lava. The result? A new obscure block. She tries to break it, but surprise, it takes ages to break, so she cleverly crafts a diamond pickaxe. Is it still taking a while? Of course, but it's faster and she gets her first piece of obsidian. She's happy, it's cool, it looks and feels rare, but most importantly, advancements now reveal the existence of a nether portal. This stuff seems cool as heck, but her inventory is filled, and let's be honest, she should have come back up ages ago. This was an extremely fruitful expedition. Blanche is very proud of herself, even though, yeah, there is no doubt she's completely lost here, she's still holding all her hard-earned ores and has shared awesome memories with her dog. Anyways, there is no need for her to find her base again. She only really wants to see the sky. So she goes up, slowly but surely, gets into a lot of dead ends, and decides to make herself an exit.
Ah, this feels good.
Back to the surface. She gets greeted with a beautiful night sky. It took a while, she's got no food left from all this running around, and seeing her health, it would probably be wise for her to sleep.
What the heck?
This can't be good. Blanche keeps missing her hits. Those creatures are way too fast and she can't exactly fly. Attacking barely works. Defending will only last her so long. And so, what has to happen, happens.
That's it? Did I lose everything?
All of her loot is in an undisclosed area she can barely describe. There's still hope, she thinks. Surely she could get it all back. I mean, it's all she's worked towards for all these hours. Is the game really that punishing? Yes. Yes, it is. We all know how this is gonna go. She'll search, she'll be hopeful, but by the time she finally gets back to her place, nothing. It's stupid, she couldn't have done anything, and she's not been given any second chance. And so she leaves the game. She'd be lying to herself, saying this death didn't make the game more interesting. All those good times, wouldn't she be lying to herself, saying she doesn't want to come back? She has a full-on portal to build, more ores to collect, and most importantly, a friend to stay with. Minecraft is a game driven by the player. If Blanche doesn't really realize it, she is for sure proving it. She goes back to mining and relives a very similar adventure. Placing torches on her right while mining the same ores. In the same moody caves, she manages to get a bunch of obsidian by placing lava buckets next to water. She fights the same mobs with the same dog. Now she follows the torches on the left to find her way back. She finds a village, settles there, lives in harmony with the villagers as her ores are smelting in this new furnace she's discovered. She talks to some people, she's too scared to take things from them, and just makes herself at home here. There are so many things she learns, like, take a look at this. She sees farmlands. Obviously, it's made out of dirt, so after trying all she can think of, and accidentally learning how to make paths, she gets it. That's precisely why she's still playing. Do you realize just how good this feeling of figuring things out can really be? Alright, fun. I've shown you how cool the game is. Maybe you even felt nostalgic again. That's great. And if I did, gosh, am I proud. But now things get really personal, and what is going to be interesting to Blanche might not interest you at all. So, since your watch time is kind of important to me, let's skip over the boring wonders of farmlands and breeding, and fast forward to Blanche's next big journey. In all her new gained wisdom, one mystery still remains.
What is your Netti portal?
Obviously, achievements have some kind of progression. You go from stone to iron, and from iron to diamonds. So this nether portal must be linked to obsidian somehow. Without too much hesitation, she picks up obsidian and starts building a portal. She has to light it, and the icon shows flint and steel, but nothing happens. There are a lot of possible shapes. She continues building every portal-ish structure she can think of, from swirly mess to tiny holes, horizontal and vertical, lighting it with fire, lava, lights. But still, nothing works. She kinda gives up there. Like, let's be honest, there are way too many combinations of what a portal might be, and she's not gonna try all of them. Instead, she digs back an old map she got for a few emeralds.
Time to get moving!
I know what you might be thinking. How is this adventure relevant to the story? And well, ignoring the fact this is a silly question, trust me, it won't ruin it for you. Look at her running with True, finding new kinds of wood, meeting new animals on her way. Isn't that cool? Well, no matter what you think, let's just say this next discovery might convince you. That sure looks like another portal. She mines a weird floor.
Netherrack? That's gotta be it.
Although it's obviously in ruins, all it needs is a bit of polishing, and so Blanche gets to work right away. Do you remember your first time entering the Nether? It probably looked nothing like this. Most of us watched a tutorial or saw someone else do it. Blanche has absolutely no idea what she's about to uncover. This structure looks nothing like what she's seen before.
We need to go deeper. What could that even mean?
So many questions, and soon, so many answers. That's it, the Nether portal. Blanche has gone all this way. It's time for her to enter.
This is terrifyingly cool.
A whole new dimension. She recognizes what looks like trees. She sees some bigger, a lot more menacing pigs in the distance, as well as some walking armed ones. Nothing seems to be running at her. And what does one do when surrounded by an array of new blocks? They mine them, starting with some of the vegetation. Blanche is surprised to see such a seemingly dangerous place, filled with life. She goes up to mine the yellow stuff she went up for when... Why would they attack her? Do they attack everything that moves, or did she just mine the wrong block? Is Blanche gonna watch her steps, or just cold blood kill them?
Oh, nice! Oh my gosh!
Blanche is bound to die a lot more. She's got so much to learn still, and the only real way for her to do so is just to die and retry. She's learned a lot, and I think she's ready to face her next big challenge. A dark castle above the lava. She sees flying flame monsters, taller, sword-wielding skeletons. Is this a safe place? To her, no, of course not. Does she know it? Obviously, she's not been left alone for like more than a minute in this stupid dimension. And it's not entering the enemy territory that's gonna save her. She takes her precautions, apply all she's learned, and surprisingly keeps herself very safe. The skeletons are actually so easy to kill since they're always running from True. But she can't exactly say the same about the spinning flame sticks. Like seriously, a flying flamethrower, that is one she struggles with a lot, but still manages. Blanche eventually stumbles upon what looks like their nest.
This block seems to be summoning them.
She wants to get in and break that cage, but would rather keep her distance at first. Who knows what they could do up close. Every time she gets hit, she hides, eats some pumpkin pie, and comes back when at full health. This proves to be very efficient. Until she realizes she's not the only vulnerable one here.
True! Oh!
She runs in to try and save him, but... There you go. She has made progress. She got blaze rods. She's even looted some diamonds and now knows that much more about the game. She chained advancements back there and could get more when she arrives home. She doesn't though. As if all the Nether offered her was like poison, Blanche puts it in a chest, never to be interacted with again. Mine more diamonds, farm more wheat, to feed more cows, to get more food, to mine more diamonds. A meaningless cycle to her. Weirdly enough though, she doesn't leave. No, she stays. Who knows why? Because this loop is easy to stay in, or because she can't accept losing through? Maybe both. Either way, that's what she does for a few days. But on one of them, as she was looking for a new open cave, playing has felt pretty useless recently. What's the point? It's not the first time she asks herself this question. Is it to amass as much riches as possible, to expand beyond reason, or is the answer more complex? This meaning, she had it. Maybe that's the solution. Maybe the answer is right in front of her. Do you have any idea why Blanche is so determined? What pushes her to do all that stuff? No one is telling her what to do and how to do it. Blanche isn't gifted with a conditionless will to continue. Fear, passion, hope, or hate, whatever it is that fuels her, it is strong. A lot of us stopped playing, started finding the game more and more boring. So maybe this complete noob can teach us a thing or two.
Oh my goodness.
They call it the end. This might very well be the last time she ever sees this world. A beautiful world it was. If it really just ends after this, then at least she's made it count.
It's time.
A boss. Apparently, there is a boss in Minecraft, and Blanche has entered its lair. She is shaking a lot, bridging across the void, and starts taking on this beast. She shoots and shoots again, but the health doesn't go down. She gets shot herself, and she had all her good gear on. It's pretty sad, and most importantly, she is all the way back at her house. Full iron, she meets a dragon again, and thus begins a festival of death. Dying to its fireballs, getting flung into the air, aggravating Enderman, she finds hope in learning, however. The towers seem to heal it, so she goes to destroy them, once again dies a lot, and realizes they have to be hit, not broken. She keeps on failing and coming back for more. Her stubbornness is ridiculous, and her optimism is through the roof. Finally, it looks like she is starting to get the upper hand. Bed next to the portal, crossbow shooting at the crystals, eyes of the Enderman, and aware of the fireballs. Blanche is absolutely killing it, quite literally. One by one, the crystals go down. The dragon starts coming down to the center at times and breathes the same dangerous magic that killed her at first. She shoots more and more crystals. All the experience she got from the very beginning of this adventure, it's finally paying off. She is one with the game, and all action she does just makes sense to her. After towering to the last crystal, it's time for her to kill that dragon.
Yippee!
She's so proud. Blanche has achieved so much. But all of this is so insignificant when you think about it. Which brings me to ask, why? What is so appealing about the story of one's pure innocence going into a game? Why do I lose my mind over Blanche's gameplay? What is this feeling we get? Where does it stem from? Maybe we just miss it. There's something so precious in our first experience. Once we know, we know. There's no turning back, no reliving the same game again, and we just have to accept it. Some people live with it, accept it and move on to another game. One they'll be able to live for the first time and repeat the cycle. Others can't. This game, this experience that has truly changed their life, they want it again. They refuse to accept the fact that they lost it. Minecraft is a game about nothing. You get sent into a world that doesn't need you. There's no goal, no princess to save, and the elements of surprise the game will bring us, sadly, are finite. But if we don't accept it, what can we do about it? There are plenty of ways to keep this passion going, whether it is through exploring new branch of the game, playing with new, different people, adding all sorts of mods and or stupid rules, or just straight up play new games within the game. All of these are alternatives that keep us in, But this innocence, this discovery phase, this moment you find out creepers can drop discs, when you first understand how food works, hitting a pigman, and immediately regretting it, you'll never live it again. No matter if you were the person actually playing or the one watching someone else play, this precious feeling, you will only really live it once. But sharing the game, letting your sibling, parent, grandparents, or really anyone who doesn't know what a Minecraft is, play it, maybe that could revive this flame. Heck, the whole reason you're even watching this video now is because I miss it. I'm feeling exactly this grief over the fact that's it. This video is but a mere attempt at living it again, and I hope, just like it did for me, it helped you, and made you realize this melancholic reality isn't that bad. Nostalgia, in all its sadness, holds something so pure, so real about us. If our mind still remembers all those things, it doesn't mean it's over. You didn't know Minecraft. Now you do. Was it worth it? I think that's cool. Okay.